In the heart of a vast countryside, surrounded by lush green fields and a shimmering river, lay a small village named Sonipur. It was a beautiful place, but life was harsh for its people. Among them was a young boy named Patlu. Patlu was thin, barefoot, and dressed in old, torn clothes, but his eyes held a fire that refused to die. He lived in a tiny hut with his parents, who worked as laborers, struggling to earn even 2 meals a day. Despite their hardships, Patlu was full of dreams. Every day, he watched children from rich families walk to school with their books and neat uniforms. He wished he could learn, but his family couldn't afford school fees. Instead, he worked in the village fields, helping his father plow the land and fetching water from the river. One day, while returning from work, Patlu saw an old man sitting under a banyan tree, surrounded by a group of children. He was telling stories and teaching them how to read. Patlu's heart raced with excitement. He approached the man and asked, "Can I learn too?" The old man, named Master Bungshi, smiled. "Knowledge is for everyone, my boy. Sit down." From that day on, Patlu spent every evening under the banyan tree, learning letters and numbers with whatever scraps of paper he could find. His hunger for knowledge grew stronger each day. One stormy afternoon, as Patlu walked by the river bank, he saw a large boat caught in a storm. The boat was carrying Poramats, a wealthy merchant traveling through Sonipur. The strong winds pushed the boat toward sharp rocks. Without thinking, Patlu grabbed a long rope, tied it around his waist, and jumped into the water. Fighting against the waves, he reached the boat and tied it to a sturdy tree on the shore. The merchant was amazed. "Boy, you are fearless. What is your name?" "I'm Patlu," he said, catching his breath. Poramats, grateful for Patlu's courage, rewarded him with a bag of gold coins. The villagers cheered, calling him a hero. But instead of keeping the gold for himself, Patlu used it to buy books, clothes for his parents, and food for the village's hungry children. Impressed by Patlu's selflessness, Poramats visited the village again. He saw Patlu reading under the banyan tree and had an idea. "Patlu," he said, "come with me to the city. Work for me, and I will give you the education you deserve." It was a tough decision, but his parents encouraged him. "This is your chance, my son," his mother said, wiping her tears. With a heavy heart, Patlu said goodbye to his village and left with Poramats to the grand city of Navanagar. The city was unlike anything Patlu had ever seen. Tall buildings, crowded markets, and people dressed in fine clothes surrounded him. Poramats took him to his mansion and gave him a room of his own. During the day, Patlu worked as an assistant in Poramats' shop, learning the art of business. At night, he studied tirelessly, determined to make the most of this opportunity. Years passed, and Patlu became a smart, well-educated young man. With his sharp mind and honesty, he helped Poramats grow his business. One day, Poramats fell ill. His relatives, greedy for his wealth, tried to take over his business. But Patlu, loyal to his mentor, fought back. He used his knowledge and intelligence to protect Poramats' trade, exposing the dishonest men. As a reward, Poramats made him the new owner of his business before passing away peacefully. Patlu, once a poor village boy, had now become a wealthy and respected merchant. But he never forgot his roots. Years later, Patlu returned to Sonipur, not as the poor boy who once struggled, but as a successful and kind-hearted man. He built a school under the banyan tree, ensuring that no child in the village would be denied education. He helped farmers, repaired broken homes, and made sure no one went hungry. His parents, now old but proud, watched as their son transformed the village. Patlu's story spread across the land, inspiring generations to come. He proved that kindness, hard work, and a thirst for knowledge could change destiny. From a poor barefoot boy to a respected leader, Patlu's journey became a legend, forever remembered in the heart of Sonipur.
Moral of the story: no dream is too big, and no background, small determination, and knowledge can change destiny.